We're back with season tier 10, and we're going to do AFK. Good. Okay, we're good. We are Gucci. Dome Link is your boy Ink. Second round of making videos. The hairs are absolutely crazy. I kind of like it. I should leave it kind of natural. Should we leave it kind of natural? Let's leave it kind of natural. So let's do. We have like a bunch of videos to do. We got it till 8. It is 8:04. I got till 9:30. So always good. Let's go. In prayers for the people suffering war and other atrocities. As a member or not. Pray for the people suffering war and other atrocity. We as a guild stand by you as a member or not. Just please be safe. This is so nice, dude. We have an interview with Seal. A legend. For some weird reason, I always read your text full energy. Keep it up. Thanks for holding down the fort, Falcon. People are super nice in my guild. Super nice. I had an interview last week and they were being super nice. Salut! Oh mon dieu, c'est ton chemin. J'ai enlevé la fumée de la caméra, puis là c'est là. Salut ton chemin, j'espère que tu viens, je pense pas une belle journée. En ce 22 juin 2025, vous pouvez voir par les cheveux, il fait chaud en maudit. On se fait une petite dégustation par exemple, on se fait un petit bon merci. Ouais, on a dégoûté à un de leurs saucissons dernièrement, le saucisson espagnol qui est incroyable. Là, la compagnie, maintenant, ça c'est Fantino et Mondello. Fait que c'est super cool. Moi, je te dirais un peu plus de Espagne, right? Un peu plus d'Espagne. Ça a été fait à Laval. Ou ça a été événement Maple Leaf, Laval, Québec. Fait que c'est super cool. Il y a un site, si vous voulez aller, Mondello.ca. C'est une dégustation, ma mère, elle m'a vu prendre un. Où est-ce qu'elle travaille, elle? Il y a vente. C'est pas la même saveur, c'est la même saveur que toi, mais j'aurais peut-être quelque chose. Je dis parfait. Moi, ce que je pense qu'eux font, c'est qu'ils ont beaucoup de marques comme ça. Qu'est-ce qu'ils font, c'est qu'ils font une collection. Une espèce de collection de bouffe. On voit ça souvent. Fait que là, directement, on voit la différence. C'est extrêmement différent. Si c'est le cas, moi j'aimerais vraiment beaucoup ça, puis je demande beaucoup. Mais j'aimerais beaucoup ça. Encore une fois, je me connais pas. Je me connais zéro là-dedans. J'aimerais beaucoup ça que ça soit une collection de différents saucissons qui sont assez semblables. Ou de la même catégorie. Au moins, vu que c'est dans la même catégorie, on voit ça. Puis c'est assez cool. Ça sera pas mon dit. Le problème que j'ai, c'est que la dernière fois qu'on l'a ouvert, on l'a ouvert dans le noir. Mais je me rappelle pas je me rappelle vraiment pas de. Le téléphone est trop chaud, tu crois à ça? Ça arrive souvent. En passant, je fais la vidéo en français parce que c'est un produit de Montréal. C'est l'affaire en fait. S'il vous plaît, si vous arrivez dans la région de Montréal, on boit de l'eau s'il vous plaît. Demain 35 degrés, après-demain 34. C'est chaud, c'est chaud, c'est chaud. Oui, on prend un fromage qui sort du freezer. C'est pas une marque que j'aime beaucoup. Fait que ça me dérange pas trop. C'était freezer, c'était pour refroidir le téléphone. Quelques secondes. On va le remettre pour qu'il filme. Quelque chose qui s'appelle Nature Corn, qui est la porno naturelle. Fait qu'on se fait une petite bouchée. C'est au vin rouge. J'en ai 3. Je sais pas c'est quoi l'autre. Vin rouge. Je l'ai mis séché au vin rouge, ok? Cool, cool, cool. Sans gluten, carbone zéro. Plein de bonnes affaires. Je vois beaucoup de poivre noir. Pas un fan. Je suis reluisant. La graisse là-dessus et tableau. Ça marche. C'est bon. Je ne sais pas si c'est phénoménal. C'est vraiment pas mauvais. J'ai beaucoup de porc. J'ai beaucoup de saucisses. Et c'est bon. Il n'y a rien d'extraordinaire par exemple. Moi j'ai là, sur un temps. Wow. Qu'elle dit c'est pas vrai. Il coûte pas si tant le vin que ça. Sauf que. Je sens que c'est présent. Je pense que le vin c'est amer. Le porc est salé. Je trouve sans aucun des deux. C'est pas plus salé qu'il faut. C'est pas plus amer qu'il faut. Tu goûtes la viande vraiment. Tu goûtes la viande. Mais qu'est-ce qui est vraiment bon avec ça, c'est que ça te coule dans la bouche. La graisse te coule dans la bouche. C'est bien ficelé. C'est clair bonne. Malheureusement, on ne connaît pas beaucoup, mais il y a beaucoup de gens, de bouchers. Qu'est-ce qu'ils font? Ils font un semblant de saucisson. Le dehors, c'est la saucisson. Puis Anna, c'est vraiment c'est vraiment mal fait. Moi, à mes yeux, les saucissons cheap. Moi, à mes yeux, le saucisson, là. C'est vraiment grossier. J'ai vraiment me précisé ça dans l'affaire. Ça finit là, tu sais. C'est bon, sauf que les Moldaves à la job, les Moldaves faisaient des saucissons maison. C'était meilleur. C'était meilleur. C'est du saucisson, man. Du saucisson. Il y a Ikea. C'est une belle expérience. Encore une fois, pas mauvais. Ça fait bien. C'est pas mauvais. C'est bon, merci. Là, je vais manger au plein, là. Fait que c'est bon. Mais j'ai une lacune. Premièrement, le sauce espagnol est meilleur. Il y a plus de goût. Et on mange de... Là, je vais demander pour me dire, ah, mais Inc, mais là, c'est pas bon, mais là, Inc, qu'est-ce qui se passe? C'est bon. Un peu trop subtil comme goût. Est-ce que je vous recommande? Oh. C'est bon produit, ça se traîne bien. C'est du bon. Un peu cher. Ça se prend bien. Donc, tu sais, je vais un peu déranger ici, là. Je vais le dire en fait, c'est que, sincèrement, dans le sandwich, elle goûterait presque rien. Mais la mayo et la moutarde, je goûte pas. J'ai demandé les saucisson que tu prends un morceau, tu sers avec du raisin, du fromage, des crackers. C'est un apéritif, là, tu sais. Dernièrement, est-ce que c'est mauvais? Non. Est-ce que je le remangerai? Vraiment, oui. Ouais. T'en fais pas. Je le mangerai, c'est sûr. Vino rouge, vino rosso. C'était lourd en nous, c'est bon, en tout cas. Un petit peu. Il faut donner du crédit où ce qu'il y en a, là. Ingrédients. Porc, vin rouge, sel, sucre, lait en poudre, épices, du sodium, poudre d'ail, culture bactérienne, nitrite de sodium. Tu sais, il n'y a pas tant que ça, là. Il y en a qui vont faire des paragraphes aussi d'ingrédients. Tu sais. Ah, le téléphone est trop chaud. What the fuck? Le téléphone est trop chaud. Phone is too hot. Let's make myself a cup of water. And you're too hot. Fuck you. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this very outdated video day on this 22 June 2025. The reason why I'm saying it's outdated is because I was supposed to do this video about 3 days ago. There's a lot of things that happened between. There's a lot of things that changed in my opinion. The video in itself is actually quite good though. The concept of the video was actually quite good, but things change. This is why I don't like not making content per day. And we're saying this, and tomorrow and the day after we're not filming, because it's gonna be 35 and 34 degrees respectively. 25 tomorrow and 34 after tomorrow. So I'm coming in on this 22 January on 2 phones that are overheating. First one and second one, they're both overheating. Now, admittedly, the tower takes a lot of juice, so that's normal, but it's not an excuse. So the video is enough with the drama. So, last week I was very nervous, which is still the case. I'm still nervous because we had a job interview, and you know, it's okay. So why was I nervous last week? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, why was I nervous is because you know, you find a place, and everybody that I work so far, they're not long term. They're agency work, so a couple of months here, a couple months there. Sadly, the interview that I had was a place for long term, and it was this: I want to work there, but I want to make content. This is affecting me in a lot of ways. Everything I'm thinking about is about this, you know. So it's it was weird. It was really odd. It was really odd because what should I call it? It was really odd because you're thinking long term, and long term, like, okay, well, guess what? This is where I'm going, right? Versus this is where I thought I was going. It's like, well, okay, you put it like that, right? You're going on a trip to travel the world. Then you find a wife and you find some kids in a country. Like, are you going to be leaving them? No, you know? So that was the crossroad, if you will. Crossroad is a good word. So I was very nervous about that. And I was dealing with a lot of bullshit. For example, the neighbors. There was an event that happened the same day. They came to knock at my door twice. One for talking on the balcony, which I'm doing right now. Who gives a shit? And one because they thought, so this I understand. They thought I was throwing my garbage through the balcony. Now, why is that okay? Well, because they realized that it wasn't me, it was a guy on top of me, and they apologized. Well, technically yes, technically no. So the dude apologized. The man apologized. You know, you feel bad. You know. Do I think that way he talked to me is nice? No. Do I think that coming to knock at my door twice is okay? No. But he apologized. So, you know, I'll let it go. Let it go. You know, let it go. And it was like, you know, and you know what I'm going to do? Just for you guys, I'm going to do 2 videos in one. That way because right now, there's no drama in my life. So I don't need to talk about drama. There's no drama bothering me. So I don't need to talk about that, how drama affects me, you know? And then it was just, and it was a very, very, very small thing. For example, my father had an habit of arguing with the janitor. The janitor changed. The janitor wasn't so. The first one I had a really good relationship with the janitor. He was a really good person. The second one we had we had exchange of words. It's not bad, it's not, oh my god, what happened here? But still, you know, words were exchanged, things were said, some things were positive, some things were negative. It happens. right? And my father was like, hey, kind of an asshole. Um, okay, so I'm gonna say this like that, right? Do I believe my janitor is an asshole? No. I believe he's a good person. My janitor has his favorites. Now, the real problem with the janitor is, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna say that. I was the favorite of the last one, and now I'm not a favorite. So it's I got to abuse the system. Now the system's like, no, no more abuse. He has his favorite. Is he a good person? And sometimes he's gonna be an asshole. But we all have moments where we're asshole, right? We all have moments where we're asshole. Do I think he's an asshole? No. Do I think that sometimes the way he acts is not great? Yes. These neighbors that were like right now, you watch my video. If you watch my videos, you watch, and I give you the dates. You watch them and you realize, and if you watch them enough, which is the case of absolutely nobody, you realize that they haven't given me shit for, holy shit, 4 days since the incident. But the incident, and I was fucking, I was crying because there was a lot going on, right? I was like, dude, it's not because I wasn't crying because of the abuse. I wasn't crying because of that. I was crying because it is so fucking hard to be a nice guy and to try to be a nice guy, right? To still get respected. Because some people, they'll see that and they'll walk over you. So what do? You allow them to walk over you, or you take control? And sometimes when you take control, it's not the proper way to do things. People are still gonna be like, yo, you're kind of an asshole because you answer them. And then you learn a brand new mechanic. That brand new mechanics is called appropriate response. They acted like this. What's an appropriate response? Well, if they go here and you go there, you're an asshole. So you kind of have to figure out, okay, well, this is the offense, kind of like a do the crime, do the time, kind of like that, right? And it was just some small points, like for example, I was playing this new game, right, and I had a friend who we had a disagreement, and honestly, I understand where it's coming from. I totally understand where it's coming from. Was I wrong? Okay, I was uninformed. Yes, I was uninformed. Do I believe I'm wrong? Well, it wasn't. He took it like from disrespect. I wasn't really trying to disrespect him. Was I maybe the way I talk was not good? Maybe I have to work on my communication skill. Maybe I don't know. But he felt like I didn't. I didn't talk about him in a nice fashion. Right, and the way people feel is totally up for them. And then I was playing this new game, and the game is confusing because the game pushes you in the battle right away. So like, okay, well, in the first 10 minutes of the game, you have a fight, and now you have to learn. It's kind of like a tutorial, but still. And the guy he wants to talk about it, and I'm like, dude, this is kind of like first, playthrough. Chances are that people are going to be watching this playthrough, they're going to be frustrating with the first episode. If the first episode is filled with drama, people are not going to stay around. Now, is that important? Not really. But at the same time, it's kind of not the good time. I also had a fight today. I had a fight. And this one, I was wrong, right? Well, in both cases, I was wrong, right? But in this one, I can understand why the guy was mad. The other one is just a misunderstanding. So the guy, I make it TikTok live. And the guy comes in, and he's from Montreal. A lot of people from Montreal will speak English and French. Now, depending on your level of French and English, it's kind of complicated. There's more. The truth is, in Montreal, this is what they don't tell you. The truth is, everybody speaks French, and most people speak English also. Everybody speaks good French. Most people speak some English, some sort of English, or more English, And so this guy, there was a lot of people in English. And at first, he was speaking in English, and I was like, holy shit. Because this guy, I had to tell him multiple times, I'm like, dude, please speak English. Because what you're doing now is you're excluding people talking their language, right? And I care about you because we're friends, so I'll speak to you in English. And this is what kind of bugged me about the situation today. This is kind of what bugged me, And see, it was supposed to be drama, but it's not drama. So the situation that happened was 3 days ago. I had one of my boys, Monsieur Justin, shot Monsieur Justin, and Monsieur Justin came in and he was like, dude, he saw that instead of speaking English, he was like, he didn't even complain. He's like, I'll be back when we speak French, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Thank you for understanding. There was in my TikTok live today. There were 6 people, and 5 of them were speaking English. And then the 6th one, which is the guy, he came in and spoke in French. I'm like, bro, please, I ask you nicely. And I told him that in DMs. I'm asking you nicely, dude. Please don't talk. When you see there's people in English, please talk in English. I want to talk to you, but at the same time. And then he started swearing, and then he was mad at me. And I'm like, dude, if I have to block you, I have to block you. And this person today said something, which is the second subject. Nobody cares about your shit. I'm one of the only one that cares about your shit. I'm kind of the only one that cares about your shit. So if I don't care, nobody's gonna care. And honestly, yes, I don't get a lot of views. The views I get, I'm grateful for. You know. So it was kind of sucks because I'm like, holy shit, you know. It's tougher. It's tougher, you know. Because I don't get the views. Like, for example, today was a day where I didn't have a lot of subjects to talk about, but I still forced myself to talk about subjects because I want that tomorrow and 2 days I'm not gonna be on social media because I'm not gonna be live and I'm gonna be filming. It's gonna be too hot outside, guys. There's been time where I'm on TikTok live and the live closes because there's too much heat. Forget about it. I could go inside, but the problem with inside is like it's not that much different. Like, there's a huge amount of light that's gonna come in the building. In the apartment, my store is broken. I don't have the cash to fix it. So whenever I wake up, I'm thankful because. So okay, I'm gonna show you. So you see, this is completely fucked up, right? This is a wall. Behind that wall, there's my bed. So the light is sand. It's okay. I just have to look the other way, and I'm not gonna get affected by it. I do also have a new AC, so we're good with that. Even if I put the cover in front of my head, it doesn't wake me up. I have to change it soon because I have a problem sleeping, right? There's not a lot of difference for that. And there's a part of me that says that tomorrow and after tomorrow, I constantly tell you I'm gonna be live every single day, and then tomorrow 25 degrees, then after tomorrow it's 34, I'm like, fuck, you know. And it sucks, and it again sucks. So yeah, so that's kind of tough. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm not the only one to care about the content. I'm like, I understand that, bro, but I'm asking you nicely. It's not like I'm forcing you. It's asking you to make an effort, right? And sadly, I don't want to be a dick, but if I got 5 people speaking in English in my live, I'm gonna spend more time speaking in English, right? And the problem is he understood that because when he started speaking English, and in the beginning he was speaking English, once another guy, the other guy in the chat was Sam Quebec. So it's like, okay, the guy can speak French, right? And the funny thing is, I texted both, sorry about the English, asking you to speak English, it's just because there's a lot of people, right? And the first guy, which was Sam, said, dude, I understand, it's okay, don't worry about it, I'm sorry I speak French. I'm like, no, dude, don't be sorry. Food is too hot. Ugh. We had to do it twice. Well, we've been on for 30 minutes, that's pretty good. That's 50 minutes each, pretty good. I was like, no, that's not the problem. It's just I don't want to exclude people, you know? My father is like that. My father he's gonna get angry at me for speaking in English to people. I understand that. But it's just that if you know, it's like, put yourself in another person's shoes, right? They're dealing with something, or they're talking with someone, and they possibly don't. You know, it's fun that I speak both language. It's interesting for no one. When it's interesting for no one when I have to speak both, you know. And then after that, people left because again, The guy, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying it could have been related. The guy was speaking French, and he was tagging people that were talking in English and answering them in French. And I'm like, dude, and then people left. And he's like, and I was talking in French and English, and he's like, oh, you can speak French now. There's nobody else than French people here. So I'm like, was that your goal? And it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. Like, those people don't have bad intention. They're not trying to do something bad. It's hard to put yourself in other people's shoes, right? That's why when I go to live, I don't really talk, because I know that I'm talkative. I know that I take a lot of space, and that I kind of tend to steal the spotlight. That's not the goal, I had a friend. She came in a lot of my stream too. I'm super grateful, but she's very quiet when she streams. So when I go and she knows I'm here, I'm there, she's like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's your stream. Go ahead." And she's like, "I don't know what to talk about." And I'm like, I don't know if I talk about the game, but I don't want to take too much spotlight, But it's hard. It's hard to put yourself. And to say it's tough. Why is it so tough? Is because you don't want to impose something. You don't want to impose like, oh, this is my subject and we'll talk about what I want. But it's also like, well, for example, the guy was swearing. There was people that were underage in my chat. Now, technically speaking, those people were possibly 16, 17. I don't fucking know. I don't know them. This was one person. Okay, she's new in the Invented universe, and I know she's minor. So I think she's 15. She could be 16. I don't know. And she was there. Now, has she ever heard swears? Absolutely. But I'm not gonna allow. Well, it didn't say that, but example, like to swear, like call other people whores. It's just the delicate of I'm not family friendly. It's just the I'm not family friendly, of course, because I swear myself. But it's more so of a I don't know, a kind of like a group thing, if you will. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know, because like today we reacted pretty well to the news. I was like, well, if you don't, I'm asking you nicely. If you persist on just doing your way, I'm not gonna allow you to live life. Right? The difference between he was saying stuff, and just the way he was approaching things wasn't cool. Somebody in the chat asked me, "Hey, what kind of puffs you're drinking? What's your 3 favorite puffs?" And we're talking about Kesha, because somebody talked about Kesha, so I talked about Kesha. She was 25, I was 22. I pretend like I was 20. I didn't pretend. She just assumed that we had the same music choice, right? Somebody talked about pop, right? So they talking about pop, and the other guy came in and was like, "Hey, I'll drink water. It's the best drink." And I'm like, "Okay, but that's not the question. First of all, second of all, like, it's healthier, but you gotta live a little bit. You gotta have fun. You're young. Let's have fun." It's like I'll outlive all of you. I'm like, this is so aggressive for no, not aggressive, but this is so, like, what are you trying to prove? Just different people, dude. And ultimately, it's I'm lucky because the mods that I have, all the mods that I have are super chill. I'm lucky because when I played the tower today, I said that I'm not gonna be able to play a lot. I have an interview, and they were super chill with that. And even Dan, one of our guild member, has he lives in the Middle East right now, and I'm not sure where he lives exactly. I'm not sure how affected he is by the war, but I think the whole of Middle East is somewhat affected by the war, right? So yeah, there's a problem somewhere, and it just sucks because you don't want to on anybody. So, but the guild was super supportive towards him, and I'm not always thinking about the guild. I don't always check the message for the guild, So I have this right hand Falcon. Falcon is super good. Falcon is super good. You know? When I talk about the drama, and like a week time, you see, in a week time, I got stopped by the police twice. This is something that when the original video came, you know, the original video ID came from that. I got stopped twice by the police, and I'm like, fuck. The people came and they were pissed off. I'm like, fuck, you know. It's just tough. Like, for example, today I had 6 hours of work, which I'm super thankful for. But I'm not thankful of how it approach. The guy, he called me at 4:45 a.m., which I'm usually up to. I'm usually up, so it's okay. I don't mind, but he does not up, right? He's like, hey, you're working in 2 hours. And I'm like, he's like, you're down? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I can get there. Because of the bosses, they start at 5. The week, they start at 5:30. The weekend, I don't know. It might start later, you know. So I don't know if I can make it. And his answer was, well, if you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. And I was like, I agree with what he's saying. You know, you agree. It's your reaction to things, you know. There's things where I'm going to react in a bad fashion. I shouldn't react in a bad fashion. There's things that gotta bother me that shouldn't bother me, you know? Like, for example, just that. I know what you mean, and I know you're right. If I show up, I get paid. If I don't show up, I don't get paid. At the same time, you have to tell me before. You have to warn me before, right? And your famous last words, which are, you either make it or not, or if you show up, you show up. You don't show up, you don't show up. I understand what you mean, but you don't talk to people like that, you know? I don't know. See, it's also about understanding how people are, how they react to stressful situation. When it comes to my parents are amazing, but in that regard, I'm not very lucky. My mom, when it's stressful, she freaks out. But when it's stressful, my dad doesn't react. So as a kid, you kind of emote what your parents do, and either you don't react enough, or you react too much. You know? It's tough. Like, imagine getting angry because you can't answer people. It's just such a tough situation. Such a tough situation. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to answer it. I don't know. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. You want things to go a certain way, but they don't do it in a certain way. You're trying your best to be this positive force out there, but you have bad days. You know? You say things that people get mad at you for. You aren't trying to be mean, you know? So then you question yourself and you re-listen to the video. You're like, it wasn't that bad, you know? But it's so complex to navigate around people. It's so complex. You know, you have to discover if this person is doing well, and if you're lucky enough they're doing well. So if you're lucky enough that they're doing well, you can kind of have a conversation with them. If they're not doing well, you have to kind of, you know, you have to keep that in consideration. Okay, well, this person is not doing well, so I'm gonna argue with them. I have to be a little bit more patient or a little bit more soft, you know. Like I was saying for this guy today, it didn't bug me that he was speaking French. It bugged me the reaction that he had, because I talked to the two people, and the other guy was super cool with it. This guy was giving me shit, you know? And ultimately, I do not want to ban people. I don't want to block people, but what am I supposed to do? And again, what he's doing is not bad, or at least what he's doing is you don't understand that it's bad, you know. Is it bad to speak your language? No. Is it bad to go in a room full of people? Yeah. Is it, I don't know. I don't know a good example for that. We're gonna go with the vegan and eating meat. Yeah, you get a room full of people who believe in a certain something. You say no, fuck your beliefs, you know. Fuck your whole life. And you're imposing them. And you see, this is again I have to be stricter because this is my life. And at the same time, I'm sorry to say. Window closed because it's too hot. I'm gonna deal with that tomorrow. Trust me. Tomorrow you won't even see me on social media. Just Pornhub. Just Pornhub. And then maybe I'm the problem, you know? Maybe in my perception I'm not doing anything wrong. Maybe in my perception I'm trying to be nice. Maybe in my perception, maybe I handle stress in a good fashion, but the reality is different. Maybe what I'm saying is hurting people. Maybe what I'm saying is stuff shit. You know? I don't know. That's the thing with drama. It's always two-sided. When you say two-sided, two people have their version, right? And you're like, okay, well, there's no way that just only you did nothing wrong, right? But then if you do nothing wrong and you're part of the drama, it's tough, you know? Gotta avoid that. Oh, you know what? I was listening to this.
You attract damaged people because your energy feels like safety in a world that's starving for it, not because you are broken, but because you've done the work they're still avoiding. But ask yourself this. Is it connection or another attempt at rescue? You keep handing out your spark to people who treat it like a battery pack. That's not love, that's slow self-destruction. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's clarity. Let go of what drains. Flow toward what reflects. Let them come whole or not at all.
Yeah. He's right. There's time when you want to let go of certain people and they're draining a lot of energy for you. It's tough because you can have this perfectly normal life, right? But then your neighbors, they lost their daughters and like, I feel bad for them. But it's not your entire life, no? There's somebody at work that's stealing a lot. When I say stealing a lot, he's stealing a lot. You know, and I snitched. Because this is my only job and I don't know what to do if I don't have this, you know. And then my agency representative said, hey, remember who pays your bill? And I'm like, what you mean? Well, they don't pay your bill, I pay your bill, so you're loyal to me. You know? Life is tough, guys. Life is tough. Maybe I was an asshole last week to talk to people. I was an asshole. Maybe I was an asshole. You know? Even when I got the tickets, when I got stopped, when I got the warnings, I didn't get tickets. Because I talked my way out of tickets. I was nice to the police officer, I was respectful. I'm not a guy that gets a lot of tickets, so I don't... They call this recidivist. That's people that get tickets in trouble a lot. So like, okay, well, you know the law because you've been warned before, you just don't care. And they'll get bills, they'll get fined. But I sweet talked my way out of it, right? I talked to the cops, I was nice, I was calm. Well, not the first one, because it made me nervous, but You know? I don't know. Did I truly believe that what I was doing was wrong? No. Do I truly believe that they had a right to stop me? No. Was I nice that I wanted to be with them? Yes. Was I absolutely trying to get out of this fine? Absolutely. Was I dishonest because I was gonna get out of this fine? No, as we talk. And it's funny because we had an interview on Thursday. And the interview, I had to sweet talk my way. And I don't know if it's worked. Because I get nervous, bro. And I get fucking nervous. You know? I get nervous. I did a video last week. Talking about AI, you know? And how I was seeing things and it was, oh my god, it was so well made, you know? And I was like, oh, this is fucking scary. Right? And I was seeing people truly talented, right? Do amazing things. And it was tough. It was tough because it's intimidating, you know? A cup is intimidating. Even if you think that you didn't do anything wrong. You remember when you were a kid, right? And your parents, or even your teacher, said your name, right? And you don't know what you did, but you froze. You said, oh fuck, I'm getting in trouble. Don't know what I did, but I'm getting in trouble. Forget about it. This is coming. I can feel my goosebumps. Right? And even if you didn't do anything wrong, you still were scared. Right? Or even when you did the oral presentation in front of the class. This is the craziest thing. Even when you did an oral presentation in front of your class, not that every single motherfucker in there, I would do the same thing. You know that luckily enough, you weren't the worst. You know that you weren't the best, but you weren't the worst, right? Right? You know the craziest thing? Even better than that. When you see somebody in the front of the class, you should compassion. You should compassion and be like, oh, okay, you know what? Good. I'm good. I don't know what that is, but that was loud as fuck. Yeah, you should compassion. So somebody in the front of the class that was talking bullshit or gibberish, right? Like, oh, I know what you're feeling, bro. This is rough. This is rough out there. Started there for a pimp. Yeah. So when I do an interview, I'm supposed to say, well, they did an interview before to know how I feel. And to the police, I'm like, well, they possibly got stuff at the police too, and they know how I feel. People don't understand how you feel. People, or they don't care. You know? And it sucks. It sucks. There's nothing worse than showing compassion for somebody that doesn't have compassion. There's nothing worse than being kind to someone that are not kind to you. The people that are screaming at me downstairs, don't you think that I wanna go from my balcony and scream at them? You don't think I wanna do that? And I tell you things like, oh bro, the fact that they scream, people are gonna stop them. People are gonna say, hey, you're screaming too much, out of the apartment. Don't you wanna think that I want to get myself some fucking justice? The name of the channel is In Vendetta. You know? The name of the channel is In Vendetta. And it's a constant circle. It's a constant cycle of the guy who bullied me for 7 years, but I allowed it because I would forgive him. It's a constant cycle of neighbors screaming at me. You know what I did? What did wrong? My father saw that. They give me your fucking apartment. Don't you think that I want to get the apartment? Is that the way to solve shit? But there's time in life where you're like, fuck, what's right? And it's the bad thing, the worst thing. Because then you're the asshole. Sometimes even defending what you believe in, you're the asshole. Sometimes wondering if, and we had this whole conversation 2 weeks ago, where I was talking about purpose and meaningful. Don't you think it's horrible to look at your own life and see there's no purpose? Look at your own life and see there's no meaning to it. Don't you think it's fucking bad? It's fucking sad. It is. But then you wanna know why I fix it? You wanna know how I fix it? Because for the whole week it was a whole conversation. I said, fuck, stop complaining, dude. Are you a bitch? Stop being a bitch. Act up. You know? And he was gonna have a job interview. So he's like excited about that. So I was like, okay, well, this is your 1 week left before you start work permanently. Oh shit. No, my beautiful water. It's tough to. I'm gonna repeat myself, but for the job, it's not a big deal that he texts me and say, hey, you're working. Maybe a guy had tattoo on him, you know? I don't know how it worked. It's just that one of my worst flaw is patience. I'm not patient. You know? And once again, it sucks. It sucks because this is a video that I'm supposed to make because, like I said, the drama, I haven't had drama in a couple of days. Well, except for today, but today was, I was at peace with it, you know? The guy is a nice guy, but most of the time he's gonna sound arrogant, he's gonna sound cocky, so, you know? Quite sucks. It quite sucks that, because the thing with drama is it never ends. You fix a situation, you have another one. You fix two situations, you get another one. I didn't tell the story. I didn't tell the story because I felt ashamed of it. If I'm being completely honest. Somebody, I don't know who, went to clean my clothes. I went to clean my clothes. And you see, this is a beautiful moment between me and my dad. It was really cool. I clean my clothes. And I come to check it. Somebody took the clothes out of the washer from somebody took the clothes out of my washers, of the washing machine, put them on the side and put their clothes in. Just so they didn't have to pay for the soap, but they didn't have to pay for the, because it costs money to use the washing machine here. It's like $3.50, $3.85. And I was like, my father was like, holy shit, can't believe this is going on. And I told him it sucks because there's only it's only a handful of people that are that way, you know. It's like, you gotta get rid of them because the one that's gonna replace them, ooh, that's bad enough. And we laugh about it. Laugh about the fact that the neighbor that I have right now, I possibly have the worst neighbor I can have. It was funny. It was horrible because you don't want to have them. But it was funny in the sense of, that's life. That's 100% life. And it's nuts. It's nuts. And absolutely nuts. It is a beautiful thing though. Because, you know, with friendships, my favorite friendships, with every single one of my friends, we had fights. We had drama, you know. And drama is a good way to get a friendship. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's, oh my god, if your friendship can't stand drama, there's a way. But there's a bunch of friends that I have right now that I know that I could argue with and it would be okay. Does that mean that I have to argue with these people? No. But it's good to know that these people are solid people. It's good to know that these people are there for a while. You know? See, friendship is complex. Friendship is come and goes. Sometimes they're your friend, sometimes they're not your friend. Sometimes they're your friend, and then they're not your friend, right? And sometimes they're only your friend for 2 months. Sometimes they're your friend for 20 years, right? And like, okay, well, fuck, that's a good friendship. 20 years is a good friendship. I think it's impossible to hold a friendship for the entire life. You know? But then every single day that you're friends with someone is a blessing. You know? Do you know how nice it is? Phone is too hot. That's not nice. Do you know how nice it is to wake up to a good morning? Or hey, how are you, dude? You know? People just don't do it anymore. And because it's not part of society, you don't do it anymore yourself. Right? Because when you do it yourself, you're weird. I was the kind of guy that used to ask, this is sad. I was very lonely. Right? I'm the kind of guy that used to call his friends and say, hey, how are you? You know? And why is that sad? Because I wanted to make sure that they were okay, but I didn't really have things to say to them. Like, hey, making sure that you're okay. Then you don't want to end the conversation on that, because then it feels like you don't care. Or you text me if you didn't have nothing to say. You know? And that's why at work, it's kind of polite. I had the bully at work. He would get mad at me. He would say, oh, you don't have to ask me every day how I am. I'm the same I was yesterday. You know? And I'm like, bro, you got no idea of what politeness is. You know? It's polite. And that's also a problem. Are you polite but dishonest? Are you polite and you're honest? Do you really? Okay, so there's this show that I just watched, Shameless, right? And there's a girl. She has a neighbor. The neighbor used to be her ex-boyfriend. So the neighbor was still in love with her, or somewhat. He asked her, hey, how are you? Right? I'm good. How about yourself? And then the guy said, do you really care? You're just being neighborly. And the girl, she said, I'm being neighborly. You know? Society is tough. Dealing with people is tough. Maintaining relationship, friendship is tougher. I met a girl today. Right? And I was like, well, I gotta go work. Right? And it's on a dating website, but it's a certain website. I'm not gonna say which one. Certain websites. So then it's such a sad story. I'm not gonna tell you whom it is, so you're never gonna know. Trust me. I met her today, so, and you guys don't know that I use this website. You're never gonna know. And we meet and it's going well, and I spend like an hour and a half with her, and she's super chill. She's super smart. I'm like, okay, well, I have to go work. It's like, okay, yeah. And the girl, she's 36, 37. She told me, I don't remember. I know it's one of those two though. And I'm like, okay, she'll understand. But no, she didn't understand. So then she was like, she sent me her tits, which are glorious, by the way. Glorious tits. And then she's like, please give me attention. And I'm like, you understand that if you have to send your tits for me to give you attention, that's not really attention. That's just me being greedy, right? And you understand that certain people will know that if you don't give them enough attention, or if they don't give you enough attention, they'll get tits. So what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna give you attention. But then at the same time, it's realizing that maybe they're okay with that. Maybe the person is okay with the fact that they're not getting any love. Maybe the person is okay with the fact that, you know what? That's the way they're doing. That's the way they're dealing with shit. Maybe they're okay with that. And if they're okay with that, who am I to say this is the wrong way? This is not okay. Fuck me. If they believe that's okay, that's okay. I realized something very important lately. Very important. And I discovered this like a month ago, not even. I'm 22 years old, guys. It took me a while to understand it. This is the exact case of this video. When I came in, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this video because these feelings aren't justified. But every single emotion, every single people are justified. If somebody felt a certain type of way after you said something, they're entitled to feel that way. That's their right. Their opinion matters. Their feelings matter. Their reaction matters also. You may disagree with the reaction. You may disagree with what they're saying. You may disagree with how they're feeling. But that's their right. That's their right. If somebody wants to feel sad because they broke up with a shitty person, they're allowed to be sad. They're allowed to be sad. If somebody wants to be See, there's this whole thing right now with Ethan Klein, and that's actually a good story. There's this whole thing with Ethan Klein right now. So Ethan Klein released a content nuke of Ethan Piker. So that's a whole story. I'm gonna tell you the story because it's interesting as fuck. These two, they used to be friends. They used to be really big on Twitch. Ethan is still big on Twitch. Ethan is a special case though. Ethan is a an activist that doesn't act. I put it like that, right? You understand social problems. You understand you understand geopolitics problems, situation. He talks about them, which is great, but he doesn't act on them. It's like, oh, you're just informing people that this is bad, but you're not doing anything. So by not doing anything, you're enabling people to continue the behavior, and by enabling people to continue the behavior, you're saying, you know what you're doing is okay. Because if it wasn't okay, I would stop you, right? And then there's Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein is. I do like Ethan Klein, but I don't like what he stands for. Ethan Klein is also kind of guilty of being an hypocrite because he stands for something, he doesn't talk about it because he cares more about the views. So, for example, the whole Palestine versus Israel, right? Is his wife? She's from Israel, so of course he's gonna be pro-Israel because that's his wife, right? When he saw the reaction about him being pro-Israeli, so he went on Twitter and he made a post being pro-Israeli. When he saw the reaction of his post, he took it down. You know, this is a big yikes for me. Is he allowed to do it? Yes. He's allowed to do it. Is he allowed to feel that this went too far? Yes. You know, and yesterday he posted something, and that was beautiful. And he posted a video called "I'm suing those content creators." So he did a Ethan Pike. Oh, so sorry. So Ethan Pike and Ethan Klein had a podcast together, and then I only had the Ethan Klein version, where Ethan Klein was being made fun of and Ethan Pike chat, and because he was being making fun of in Ethan chat, then he felt like, oh, dude, you should protect me. We're together. We're co-workers. Why you don't defend me, right? But then Ethan was an asshole because he said, well, they're allowed to feel how they feel, which is true. They're allowed to feel how they feel, but you should also say, hey, I don't appreciate you doing that. I don't appreciate you doing this right now. If you want to do it later on, but do it privately, not publicly also, you know? It's kind of like a tough situation, right? Don't air out your dirty laundry, right? Don't air them out. Because then your community, your chat, will see that, hey, this guy's getting kind of attacks. This guy is very mad. So what happened with the chat? What happened during the behind the scene? Imagine somebody came in and said, yo, you didn't read that chat. And oh my god, what did the chat contain? What did it contain? People like talk shit, you know? So yeah, that's bad. But hey, it happens, right? Like I was saying, they're entitled to feel. So then, Ethan Klein felt vindictive. That are vindictive, which he is. True and true. You said you'd be there for me. For a moment. Paralyzed. To understand. Better than everything. Paralyzed. For a moment. Better hope you understand. better home every day. You said you'd be there for me. Better lies for a moment. Better hope to understand. Better hope to know every day. You said you'd be there for me. True and true. True and true. You said you'd be there for me. Better love for a moment. Better hope to understand. Better hold on. Don't blink, kiss your brain. Welcome to the Welcome to the Show. We're doing well, having a wonderful day on this. 22 June 2025, we had a little bit of problem called phone overeated. I apologize sincerely. So yes, I was talking. Ethan felt vindictive, which is vendetta. You know, vendetta. Because I am in vendetta high. And he's enough to feel that way. So he made a 4 hours, content nuke. Right? And then people just stole it. So 4 hours of edited content is a lot of time. I'm complaining about doing 2 hours and it's not edited. So imagine 4. So he complained. And people were reacting to the fact that, oh, Ethan Klein is gonna sue me. And the funny thing in the video is he mentioned only 2 people. Right? So the other people, it wasn't, in the video where he said he was gonna sue 22 minutes. He's gonna sue people. And if you feel like I'm talking about you, like, that's what he said. If you feel like I'm talking about you, I talk about you. That wasn't. I mentioned 2 content creator. I wasn't gonna mention anybody else. You just felt like I was talking about you, Which is crazy. And yeah. You see, you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. This is the most beautiful thing. I've learned an important lesson. You're allowed to feel the way you want to feel, and people are allowed to feel the way they want to feel. When you think that you're not justified, right? Why did I not learn it before? Well, because I think that some people, that's right, my mom, I had mother to death, but my mom, she has a really hard time handling stress, so she'll blow it up. She'll put oil on the fire when there's no oil needed, you know what I mean? It's not her fault, it's because of her a stroke, which affects her nervous system, which means that she has less nerve than somebody that didn't have a stroke, let's say. And the thing is, I was talking about my father yesterday. And you know what's crazy? I never told the story because I learned it yesterday. She had my stroke, I was 7 years old. I remember that. My father told me yesterday. Because I asked my father, where was I? I said, oh, you were crying. I said, why did you cry? He said, oh, when you saw your mom, you started crying. My father said, when you saw your mom, you started crying. I don't know why. Because she's having a fucking stroke, bro. My dad. And I don't remember that feeling. I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing my mother on the floor, paralyzed. I don't know why. I don't remember. Which is weird, right? Maybe a little bit. A tiny bit. Thank you. So yeah, so when you have a person in your life that's often overreacting, you ask yourself the question, okay, well, are people overreacting or just, And now I'm learning that she's right to act like that. My mom, I admire that about her. My mom's a fucking Karen, and I can say it proudly. There's one time where I went to McDonald's, and they served me a poutine, they didn't give me a fork. And then my mom, she gave a lot of shit to the cashier. And I felt bad for the cashier because I'm like, damn mom, it's not a big of a deal. But it wasn't a big of a deal. I could eat, You're paying for a service and they don't give you a service. So it's tough. It's tougher, And you feel like people are overreacting, but maybe their reaction is justified. Maybe their reaction is normal. Coffee. Coffee. So yeah, it's just fun. You know, it's a beautiful thing. People are allowed to feel, and it feels. And it's funny because this video started with me saying like, oh, there's this guy in my chat talking French when people would talk in English, and it's not a big deal. It's just the fact that I'm not asking you a lot. You know, I feel like you have to put yourself in the context of your shoes, right? Then you're not gonna come in and do a content creator that's your friend, and start insulting everybody. You didn't insult everybody. That's what I'm saying. You know, your content creators are also your friends sometimes. You know, hopefully. And yeah. So all of this to say, as much as I'll just say, as much as I'm not okay with drama, you're learning to accept it. You're learning to deal with it. You know? It's a question of, okay, well, this person is mad. Do I understand why they're mad? Are they justified? Yes. How do I react to that? See, I can feel that your emotion is justified. And then I have to agree that somebody can tell you, hey, I feel like you're insulting me. No, I wasn't insulting you. I understand that you feel that way. So how do you react to it? It's tough. How do you react to something like that? You're like, well, I wasn't insulting you. But if they felt attacked, you know, maybe they felt like, you see, it doesn't matter. For example, right, if you break a plate, right, by accident or an accident, the plate is still broken, and that sucks. It's a way of saying that people are justified to react, to feel, to be the way they are. I'm different. I'm fucked. There's a lot of times that when I react to things, I shouldn't react to that. Not that things annoy me, but they shouldn't annoy me. Like, for example, the girl today who's sending her tits to get attention. That's sad. That's fucking sad. Am I grateful that I got tits? Absolutely. Is that sad? That's very sad. Why? Because she felt the need. This is not normal. Well, this is not normal behavior in the sense of this is not an automatic behavior. This was a learned behavior. So it worked with somebody, then it worked with somebody else, and then it worked with somebody else. Then it said it was gonna work. And I met one of my best friend. Again, this is something that I did that was wrong. I love her to death. She tends to text more when she's single. When she's in a relationship, you know that she's in a relationship. She doesn't text you. And she texted me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And this is one of my best friend. And for the last 9 months, when I want to talk to her, or when we talked, I was the first of the year. And then she texted me. So text me there was a show of Ronnie Radke. And I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, can you go? And I'm like, I'm broke. Which is the truth. And she said, oh, come on, man. I don't want to go alone. So I'm like, that's why you're texting. Okay. Did I feel mad? No. Did I feel annoyed? Absolutely. Was she trying to be a dick? No. Did it make me feel like I was underappreciated? Kinda. Am I gonna be okay? Absolutely. You know. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's in my head. Welcome to the video, welcome to the show. I'm doing well with having a wonderful day on this 22 June 2025. I want to apologize for the clickbait title. Give second chance to a show, and okay, so the title is Give Second Chances, right? And you're supposed to think I'm talking about somebody. I'm not. I'm talking about the show Overlord. So Overlord is a show, like I told you, I did a video about it already. Overlord is a show that I never gave a fuck about. And I watched it a little bit. It felt like Arabic to me. I'm not a fan of Aaron. Phone closed because it's too hot. Tomorrow, 35 degrees. I'm gonna be filming outside. Don't worry. Two. But I love it. Yeah, I love it. But I love it. Yeah, I love it. I don't know why I started singing that. I was watching the show, and the only reason I'm watching the show is because it's leaving Netflix on the 31st, on the 30th of June. Today is the 22nd. I got 8 days left. Didn't start the recap yet. I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry. Thanks for worrying about me. I am grateful for you. And I gave it a chance. Why is that important? Well, because I gave it a chance, I was able to go a little bit deeper in the story and realized that it was pretty good. The start was cheap, but the middle was good. And then all you need is a good ending, and you got 2-1. It's a show that I like because it's ending. But it's just like that you gave some things a second chance and you realized that you were wrong. And you realized that something that it was actually good. So yeah, this is a beautiful fucking feeling. And I know it's cringe, and I know it's so weird of me to talk about that. But at the same time, oh fuck. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I'm done. Fucking mosquito. I wasn't uploading, but I'm uploading on the wrong phone. Please tell me I'm uploading. Hello. You are. 4 gigs out of 14, which means we got 4 gigs per hour. Not good. So giving a second chance to something might make you realize how much we miss it. And now I'm wondering how many things did I give up that I should have given a second chance. So please give a second chance, right? There might be a content creator that you watched you didn't like, you're never gonna watch again. It's stupid. It's stupid because everybody's saying, "Oh, it's good. Give it a chance. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But I wasn't good. And then just right now, we'll be streaming, and I'm gonna be streaming some Path of Exile. And because I'm gonna be streaming some Path of Exile, I'm gonna be talking about Path of Exile. And this is my second time. The first time I didn't like the game, so a second chance. Was I wrong? Was I right? Who knows? New world possibilities. We tend. This is the whole, like, there's so much content that we can give up on shit, it doesn't matter. This is the whole Tinder mentality of this relationship didn't work, so we're good. You know? This is bad. You shouldn't think like that. We shouldn't think like that. Why are we thinking like that? I don't know. But it's not good. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I don't know what's the last video. I was supposed to film my last video.
And then from there...
No wonder Jeremy Allen White's blue eyes mysteriously vanished while filming Deliver Me From Nowhere. At first, people were skeptical. He doesn't really look like Bruce Springsteen, does he? Some even flat out mocked him, saying he looked like a total joke in the role. But then, Jeremy shocked everyone with 3 downright chilling physical transformations. First off, he literally changed his eye color. His bright, almost glowing blue eyes were one of his most striking features. But to resemble Bruce more closely, he didn't just get the hair and beard styled like young Bruce Hay, even chose to wear brown contacts, completely hiding those blue eyes. Second, he changed his voice.
Okay.
He obsessively listened.
Let's get a lot of mosquito. Max. Boy. Oh, there's nobody. Okay. We're done for today, guys. But I love it. but I love it. I can stand with you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. Feel it in my body, so that it's gold. Don't know what I'm doing, just feeling so gross, yo. I'm a dummy, I'm an asshole, I am everything and more. I am funny, I am cringy. It's too hot to drink. Just leave, dude. Tired of the bullshit. Okay. Oh, whoa. Yep. Just blocked you. I'm done, dude. We're done. Have a good life. Feel it burn in my bone. In my head and in my bone. Tell me why it has to end. Oh no. No. I can save ya. My Atlantis sweet phone. Feeling it in my bone. We fall, feel it down on shaky ground. This has to end. Oh no. Oh no.
What kind of noodles are you going to eat today on stream?
What's up, my dude? How are ya? You know what? I didn't even freaking know that you could do some voice message, but I'm glad my virginity got to you, dude. Because some people would have abused of it. About the noodles, bro. Oof. Am I gonna disappoint you? I'm gonna drop at least 10 level of coolness, right? From Super Saiyan 4 to Super Saiyan 2 Vegito. Kinda cool either way. Today's rice, bro. So rice, we're going with adobo rice, which is normal white rice. Because fuck your brown rice, it's not good. It's not tasty. I don't like it, bro. We're gonna go with white rice. Oh, my apologies. Some adobo spices, cause we fancy bitches in here. And I'm gonna go with the breakfast sausage. To add a little bit of grease, a little bit of meat, so I look more manly. How about yourself, bro? What's for lunch, Mister? I am the best book talk. Mister, I am the best book talk. Book. I don't know how you call it. Is it a TikToker? A book talker? Let's call it a book talker. Who gives a shit? The best book talker this side of Montreal. No.
Bruce's interview.
What's up la gang? C'est juste...
Non. Liar, pants on fire. How dirty. No, I don't believe Anna. I'm my best friend. So, she makes fun of my accent sometimes. And she always talk about how I'm a brokey, and my mom is kind of not happy about me. My apologies. In my head and in my yo. Oh no, whoa. Ooh. Oh yeah, I know that old man.
Faut vous dire de pas oublier de vous inscrire.
Tell me what this has to win. No, whoa. Bonjour. I forgot the. I forgot the bonjour. Nice.
Trying to act like a straight native guy part 2.
Damn. Looks like your bannock bun was made with yeast.
She needs. I don't give a hoot.
Hey, thought pina coladas might be too festive, so I got 2 super depressing coconuts filled with Merlot.
I'm not depressed. I'm relieved. For the first time all week, it's just the 2 of us.
I'm right here. I escaped using some of the lube Boyle sent you. Look, I wanted to say I'm sorry.
Yeah? Maybe find someone who gives a hoot. Try an owl cage.
Oh.
Look, you have every right not to accept my apology, but at least hear it first. I'm sorry I said Jake was selfish. I'm sorry I ruined your honeymoon. I'm sorry I interrupted your Die Hard themed sexcapades.
You don't have to list everything. It's cool.
I'm gonna go directly to the mayor and tell him John Kelly's vigilant policing proposal is regressive and counterproductive. And if he implements it, I'm gonna make a big stink in the press.
Going over the commissioner and threatening the mayor? Sir, don't you think that'll piss him off?
I don't give a hoot.
Just out of curiosity, asking for a friend, where did you get the shirt and how much did it cost?
Implements it, I'm gonna make a big stink in the press.
Going over the commissioner and threatening the mayor? Sir, don't you think that'll piss him off?
I don't give a hoot.
Just out of curiosity.
You could say hoot. Ah ouais, Siva live, man.
Descends-tu la gueule?
See? There you go. Match TikTok. Yes, sir. We're going to play Fortnite and listen to match officiel de TikTok. Right? If you don't like it, I don't give a hoot. Now, I need to make sure of something. Give me a sec, guys. In my head and in my own. Oh no. Install, and how much? Oh no, ink. Oh, dude, you deleted some videos. Shit. It's okay. That's okay. It's alright. In my arm and in my oh no. My apologies. Oh no. Can say Eva, my Atlantis we fall. Should feel it down as in my head. I need my glasses. My glasses are needed. My glasses are needed. Oh, you found it in my head. But there's no other pieces. Oh no.
So tired of shit. Police.
Descends-tu la gueule. Descends-tu la gueule. Descends-tu la gueule.
Tu veux que je te dise?
No wonder Jeremy Allen White's blue eye.
Ben, après, on va la remonter juste fini.
Starting with
So you just feel like running around the neighborhood? Yep.
after nearly 3. You ready to see little man? So ever played a
Je vais te dire de quoi de gros, là. Je n'ai jamais vraiment parlé publiquement, mais je vais te le dire. Quand je tombe enceinte, j'ai perdu mon contrat de radio.
Ah, Seigneur. Toi, t'as dit, j'étais enceinte. Merci, bye-bye.
Ben oui. Ben oui. Fait que, tu sais, pendant que je faisais les traitements de fertilité, il fallait que je m'organise pour être capable de bien performer. Puis à partir du moment où je tombe enceinte, tu sais, je pense qu'il y a bien des femmes dans des milieux de travail qui... Ça reste que...
Que tu marico, que te estoy esperando.
Ah, voy, coño, ves. Yo estaba en una partida mientras que me motivé.
Pourquoi t'en donnes pas aux autres dans le
rien pour tout, OK?
Voyons donc.
Pourquoi t'en donnes pas aux autres dans le
rien pour tout, OK?
Voyons donc.
Hein, salut, mon amour.
André, fuck you! C'est fini, moi, putain, j'ai plus de voix ta face de merde! Toi, t'es un narcissique! T'es un narcissique, Marc-André! T'es un narcissique! T'as jamais mes sentiments, mon esti, man! Check bien ça, je vais faire ce que je vais faire pour toi. Crise de cave, c'est ça que tu fais, hein? Tu crois les hommes, ben oui, hein? Au lieu de dire qu'est-ce que je vis, le monde monte la tête contre moi, crise de va chier, mon esti, trop de cul! T'es un trou de cul, man! Tu crois les autres, qu'on laisse de va chier! T'es un trou de cul! T'es un cam, T'es servi de moi, mon trou de cul! Là, je suis curé, man. C'est ça que vous dévoilez. C'est contre vous autres, qu'est-ce que je vis? Vous êtes tout le temps contre moi, tout le temps contre moi, Chris! J'ai des problèmes, je l'assume, esti, mais arrêtez! Mon tabarnak, mais ton trou de cul, Marc-André! Tu crois ça? Tu veux monter rêver, Québécois! Tout le monde contre moi, Chris de cam! Mon don du monde sauf pour moi, mon du monde neutre aussi! Pas du monde contre moi! Elle m'a dit, elle m'a bloqué! Elle se vend parce qu'elle m'a bloqué! Hey!
Je te montre les papiers avec. Tu vois, pour ma blonde, c'est une de même, c'est normal, là.
L'homme qui a notamment occupé le rôle d'un gardien.
What's up la gang? C'est juste pour... Il y a eu un décès dans la communauté TikTok cette semaine. Je vais volontairement pas nommer le nom de la personne parce que deux raisons. Premièrement, je connaissais pas cette personne-là avant de savoir qu'elle était décédée. Et deuxièmement, je veux pas surfer sur la popularité de cette personne-là. C'est pas ça le but de la vidéo. Mais c'est une personne qui se battait contre plusieurs dépendances. La personne en question se faisait beaucoup donner de défis en lien avec ses dépendances. Son décès tragique nous rappelle à quel point les communautés...
Descendre sur la gueule.
Quoi?
On arrête de fermer la porte de la salle de bain de la clencher. Parce qu'il faut toujours que je l'ouvre avec la poignée. Quand je l'ouvre avec la poignée, il faut que je me relave les mains à chaque fois. Ça commence à être...
OK.
Comment t'es plate pour moi, là? Parce que moi, chaque fois que j'ai une poignée de porte, il faut que je me relave les mains.
Merci. Ah, c'est Lily.
Non, c'est pas de faire attention. Ça n'a pas rapport à faire attention, c'est juste de pas fermer la porte complètement.
Mais je la fermerai pas complètement. Juste pour toi.
Bienvenue dans mon quotidien, les amis. On écrase de la patate, on compacte de la patate, on fourre la patate, on fait tout avec la patate. Sauf la Québécois. Si c'était de la patate Québécois, ce serait très toxique. Ça poison, le qualificatif Québécois est 100% toxique.
Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness, and I put out stay. Where
My glasses. For my glasses. I have my glasses. Ow!
From the creator. You have high pre.
Ça va, bonne nuit.
Ah, mais c'était brûlé hier. Là.
Ah, c'est sûr, là.
C'est encore pire aujourd'hui, c'est pour ça que je me fais pas manger, je monte direct en haut.
Là, t'as-tu la clim en haut, oui?
Ben oui.
OK.
Oh, c'est sûr.
C'est sûr.
Ben, là, je mange.
J'ai comme l'impression que mon enclim, elle va...
If you want a burger, eat a burger, bitch.
C'est vrai qu'il y a une différence entre dans la gestion de la douleur des femmes versus des hommes.
Les femmes sont bien plus fortes, hein. C'est pour ça que c'est d'autres qui accouchent. J'ai connu bien plus de gars qui ont chiolé que de femmes qui ont chiolé. C'est sûr qu'il y a des gars qui sont genre intuables. Je sais pas partie d'eux autres, je te le dis. Je suis une bonne chochotte, on fait tatouer. Mais mon orgueil fait en sorte que je la ferme puis j'en dure jusqu'à la fin.
Tu penses qu'il y a du monde qui ont vraiment moins de douleur vraiment ou qu'ils font semblant d'avoir moins de douleur?
Ben tu sais, je tatoue souvent des filles, mettons, qui allaient pas mal. Là. Puis là, quand que genre Vanessa, sa meilleure chum l'appelle, c'est l'enfer. C'est la pire douleur de sa vie. Oh my girl, tu sais pas à quel point ça fait mal, je souffre. Puis là, 2 secondes, t'avais pas mal,
C'est vrai qu'il y a une différence entre...
Je n'arrive pas à quoi.
Yeah, love me. How you doing? It's a bountiful, a beautiful, and a beneficial day today. And today we going over Matthew 18.